Hello, beautiful people. I went on a little foraging journey today, and I thought that I could show you guys some of the plants that I foraged, and I took the time to make notes because I cannot remember things to tell you kind of what the meanings are behind it. I actually watched another video by the Green Witch, and she makes a beautiful fall wreath. So my intention besides harvesting today is to gather the supplies to make my own fall wreath. But I won't be making that on camera. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the items that I've foraged and their meanings. So for the base of my wreath, I am just going to use some native grasses. I plan on kind of weaving these together into a circle to create my wreath. I also have some eucalyptus that I'll probably kind of weave into that. So this is what the dried eucalyptus looks like. So there it goes. So I have a lot of various herbs and things that I'm gonna go over with you guys. In addition to what I foraged, I have bags and bags of various like edible herbs, thyme and things like that that are fresh harvested from a dear friend of mine's house. So those will probably get sprigged through as well. So the next herb that I want to show you is goldenrod. So this one is really one of my favorites. Has a very mild smell to it. Really pretty, kind of long little clusters of yellow flowers. The goldenrod symbolizes growth, encouragement, and good fortune. Just make sure you want to see some of the serrated leaves on there. See how there's kind of like some serrated edges. And make sure the flowers are not white, because if it's white flowers, then you have ragweed on your hands. So next I grabbed, and there wasn't much, so I didn't want to take too much, but we have some trees that are rough leaf dogwood trees, and they have these really cute white berries on them. So I grabbed just a very little bit, just because there were only a couple of trees and I don't want to hurt them. But the rough leaf dogwood symbolizes wishes, protection, and charm. So that'll go into the wreath as well. I found this really interesting plant. I just really love the colors of the leaves, just the way it looks. It just adds some texture, I think, some interest to it. And so I had to look this one up, but this one is called bush clover. So it symbolizes luck, and it also is said to attract fairies. So that was very exciting. Again, we didn't have a whole lot of this around, so I did not harvest a lot, but speaking of, one of the things that I like to do, and one of the reasons that I like to set everything outside, is because sometimes you will get hitchhikers, and I just realized there is a green lynx. How are you? Green lynx spider. I don't know if you can see him. He's very tiny. Oh, is he gonna focus? Maybe so. Show off, friend. You're gonna have to go somewhere. Oh, yep, he's running up. So anyway, make sure you don't have hitchhikers, but these little green garden lynx spiders, I actually love them. They're my favorite. So I'll leave this over here, and I think he will probably wander off now that I've disturbed him. I also managed to collect, and I was really excited to find these because this is one of my favorite wildflowers, but these are called false foxgloves. So again, really pretty flower, and then the buds are very interesting looking as well, just very solid green. Love the way that's fixing to pop open. Love the color and texture behind that too. So the false foxglove symbolizes stateliness and youth. So I'm really excited for this find, just to know that there is false foxglove out there, because I have some at our current property, and it really is one of my one of my favorite wildflowers. So I also collected, you know, everybody kind of, I think, can identify these, but some sunflowers to pop in there. Sunflowers do symbolize loyalty, longevity, and abundance. So definitely something that you want to call to yourself. I also grabbed some of these sprigs of, these are the seed heads for blanket flower. And they just look so cool. I just really, really like the way that these little seed heads look. So I wanted to pop some of those. And again, we have an abundance of these, so I was able to get, you know, a few. I try not to over harvest because I want it to stick around for future years. But these are just, I mean, those are so cool. Just look how cool. There we go. It almost looks like a type of clover or something. Very interesting. So that was another one of my finds. Let's see, let me look at my notes here. So the blanket flower symbolizes joy, and it definitely gave me joy when I found these really cool seed heads. Another harvest was some acorns, which I'll probably end up hot gluing. I try not to use I try to just use the plants, but to get the acorns to stay on, I'll probably use this hot glue gun that I brought out to kind of stick those on there. The acorns do symbolize renewal, new beginnings, and also patience because they only grow on mature oak trees. Let's see. I do have some cedar as well that I'm going to weave into it. Cedar is just very protective. I didn't really research and look this one up, but I do know for a fact that it is protective because it's used in a lot of smudge sticks. I have juniper out of the property, but I did leave that alone because the berries are just not quite ready for harvesting. So I want to kind of let those plants do their thing. I got, let's see, these guys right here. Now, let's see. I didn't look up these yellow ones, but they were pretty. I don't know what they are though, but they'll be going in there. I even like the ones where the petals have already fallen off. I think they just look really pretty and interesting. And then these yellow flowers are, let's see, bitter sneezeweed. So probably not good for people with allergies. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how it got the name, but I do like the little yellow puffballs. They're so cute. And this is supposed to symbolize tenderness and tears. So this really brings me a lot of joy, and I'm not really one for by the book stuff, so I'm not too concerned about symbolizing tears. It just makes me really happy. The color yellow is a very joyful color, and I probably will stick with more of the goldenrod and the sunflowers and just kind of supplement this if I feel like I want more yellow in this wreath. But so last but certainly not least, let me throw some more. I've got little Palo Santo chips that go on these really great little charcoal discs. And you just can pop those on there, and that way you don't have to burn a whole stick. I got some incense going. I like to have some candles and some good smelling stuff while I'm doing any kind of crafting. So I think that almost sums it up. The last thing I want to talk about, and I'm not sure if I'll incorporate this into the wreath, probably some of these smaller pieces, but this is actually red sumac, also called staghorn sumac. So you can actually pop these guys into a food processor, and the seeds inside will stay, but the powdery red velvety looking stuff will oh, sorry, got a little overdone with the smoke here on the Palo Santo. It'll calm down in a minute, but you can actually, like I said, put these in a food processor and make a spice out of them. It's kind of citrusy, or you could pop them into some water, put them out in the sun, and make essentially a sun tea. I've seen it called sumac aid. It's supposed to be kind of similar to lemonade. I haven't done it yet, but that's what I'm hoping to do with the majority of this, other than a couple of very small sprigs for my wreath. So hopefully this was interesting to you guys. I wanted to just kind of get started on the intro. Again, I don't have expensive mic. I don't have an expensive camera. I'm using my phone. So I apologize if the quality isn't super excellent at this time, but I hope you'll continue to join me. Well, as we discuss more things, I'm going to be reading and doing some research on aliens and alien communication, because just with the new moon coming up and a solar eclipse on the same day, I feel I'm going to be gathering with some friends, and we're going to be kind of doing some alien kind of themed stuff. So I wanted to do some reading. A friend of mine talked about, I believe, Stephen Greer. So I was going to try to find some information and, read about the aliens. As I mentioned in my short, I was just kind of seeing what ideas people have. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something. I will try to post a little short showing off my wreath once I get it made, but hopefully you learned something from my foraging. I will say out of these plants, the goldenrod, you can make tinctures, alcohol tinctures that are supposed to be good for allergies. Also kind of let you know, as far as the sumac goes, if you have a cashew allergies, you will not want to mess around with the sumac because it can cause problems for people with allergies to cashews. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little mini episode, and thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back. Blessed be, everybody.